everyone, my name is Jessie. Who invented the light bulb? You may have heard of Thomas Edison, but you might not have heard of Joseph Swan. It turns out neither of these actually invented the light bulb, but Joseph Swan invented the most cost-effective light bulb of his time. It was Thomas Edison that modified his light bulb. This ended up in a patent conflict. This probably could have been avoided had there been better patent regulation. Today, I'll explain why Bill S-2082 is necessary for protecting the rights of inventors. Inventions are a part of everyday living, and we need to protect the things that make our lives easier and the people that made them. Today, I'll first speak about the need for patent protection. Second, I'll describe Bill S-2082. Third, I'll detail some pros and cons of the bill. And lastly, I'll voice my support for the passage of the bill. Now, patent protection is important because we need to protect the rights of ourselves and our property and prevent people from taking them without our permission. Violating patents can cause an effect on businesses because, according to Roshri Agarwal, out of 100 businesses, 71% commercialized ideas that were outside of their company. Next is the economic damage. We're part of a highly competitive global economy, and by not protecting them with patents, we may fall behind. And according to Hendrickson, intellectual property makes up 1/3 of our U.S. economy, and it employs 19 million workers. However, we lose $58 billion annually due to copyright theft. And lastly is the Leahy-Smith American Invents Act of 2012. And this was meant to be a reform, but it ended up creating some issues. The inter-practice review and post-grant review was meant to be a cheaper alternative to going to court, to allow people to petition for patents in front of a panel of judges, known as the U.S. Patent Trial and Appeal Board, also known as PTAB. However, large corporations such as Apple abuse this by harassing and overwhelming the small business owners and small inventors. For example, according to Pomper, they would file them through the PTAB and the federal courts to really overwhelm these small patent owners. Now that I've explained some problems, I'll now describe Bill S-2082. First, it focuses on the Patent Trial and Appeal Board, the PTAB. It will reform them by, according to the National Law Review, it will create more fair and efficiency for all parties. It will also create a standard for more clear and convincing evidence standards. And lastly, it will only allow financial contributions for people that are involved in the patents. Next are granting injunctions. Injunctions are what prevent infringers or people who violate patent from continuing to use that property while the patent is being reviewed. According to the GovTrack, by allowing the injunctions to be granted, it will allow patent filers from experiencing infringement while their patent is still pending. And lastly, another point will be that it helps small businesses. The bill will analyze patent ownership and patent infringement and assign 6 district courts for creating procedures to help those businesses. It will also provide free information about tools and databases and materials for helping them with patents and trademarks. And lastly is the rogue and opaque letters. This is targeting the business industry that buys bankrupt patents and accuses people of violating their patents, often falsely accusing. And through this bill, the Federal, State Commission, and State Attorney Generals can fine people up to $5 million for committing this crime. Now that I've described the bill, I'll now describe some pros and cons. According to one of my interviews, the PTAB is a great way of making sure that we have the necessary standards for our legal system. Another interviewer has stated that it's important that we create equity and being able to make sure that we have equal treatment to both small businesses and large businesses. We'll be able to stand up for those small businesses, and helping small businesses will help our entire economy. And for the con side, according to Bagley, the Patent Office is very overworked. They have said that the Patent Office received in 2018 640,000 patent applications and allowed 360,000 patents. And because they're so overworked, they can make mistakes, and we may be protecting those bad patents. And next would be that there's no single genius inventor. According to Lenny, Oftentimes, many people are developing many great ideas at the same time, and they may be very similar, but they might not have purposely intended to violate a patent. And although there are pros and cons to the bill, I still believe the benefits outweigh the downsides. Thus, I support Bill S2082. I believe my position is in the greater good because it will fix the weaknesses of the legal system while also preventing the monopoly of larger corporations over small businesses. It will help our economy because, according to the bill, the United States patent system is an essential part of our country's economic success. And it will prevent the threat of our national security and safety because, according to Hendrickson, infringement often leads to profits that are used for other illegal activities, and 15% of counterfeit goods in 2018 were direct harm to public. So it's important to address those issues immediately since they're very dangerous, and the bill is able to do that. Thus, Bill S2082 will help reform the patent system that is unfairly treating the rightful inventors. Today you have heard 4 points. First, that the need for patent protection. Second, Bill S2082 description. Third, the pros and cons of Bill S2082. And fourth, my support for Bill S082. By protecting the rights of inventors with strong patents, it is an integral part of the United States development and success. You can help make a difference. Patent infringement should no longer be allowed to hurt those inventors, and we should continue being a leading country of innovation. I urge you to act now. Use the letter I provided in this video and include your name and contact information. I provided the name and address of our senator, so you can let our senators know the voice of you and all our talented inventors of our country. Thank you.